Welcome to another episode of Non-League Review, where we're in the beautiful High Peak town of Buxton to visit and review the tarmac Silverlands Stadium and Buxton FC. It's match day 34 of the 2025-26 season, and we're here for this National League North encounter against AFC Fylde. So let's get inside and let's go and check it out. With cash and card accepted on the turnstiles, we paid our £15 admission fee and headed inside. Match programmes and team sheets are available at the little pop-up stall, but it was cash only. And as ever, our first port of call is always the club shop, just passing the kitchen, which we will come back to later. As usual, we're after collecting the pin badge, but let's go and have a look at what other goodies are on offer. We got a closer look at this season's new kit, a tidy little Adidas number, and we were distracted by this stunning little number in the corner. Absolutely love that one. A rail with the training wear, the usual scarves and the kids' kits down at the bottom. And then as we head over to the counter, match programmes which you can pay card for inside, and the selection of pin badges. A selection of three to choose from. We went for the traditional club logo, we handed over our £4, and there's another one added to the collection. Back outside and our first look at the ground. Opened in 1884, where it has seen numerous changes, and is also known as the highest ground in Britain. Time for a little tour of the ground. First of all, passing two little hospitality huts on the left just before we reach the main stand. With a ground capacity of 4,490 seated, 99% of them seats are in this fantastic little main stand. Built in 1965, some of the seats were later added from Main Road, former home of Manchester City Football Club. Bang on halfway, just above the players' tunnel, you'll see the press box and a little press area where they have the radio and TV coverage, dugouts to the right, and the entrance to the pitch down a few steps. Overall, a decent little stand and a nice place to watch your football. Continuing on with the ground tour, we're going to head into the far corner. Speeding this up past a few little park benches, we come up to the corner with a nice little touch, a raised seated area with ramp access for those who need it. Again, we're going to speed this next bit up as we head behind the goal. Not much to see here. No covered sheltered terrace and quite a narrow footpath. Plenty of hard standing behind the goal. As we reach the corner, there's a giant LED scoreboard. Here we'll get a closer look at the playing surface, which is, as most clubs are choosing these days, an artificial 4G pitch. With recent weather, that's always a bonus. Next up, down the far side, the Fylde fans started congregating in the corner, and really impressed with this, fully covered terrace all the way down. Raised standing so you can see, a few rows behind, and plenty of hard standing down at the front. Being a full-time side now, Buxton have all the facilities they need here at the stadium, and as we approach the corner, we'll see a little bit more of what is on offer. The first portal cabin we come across is a fitness suite, and in the corner we have all the football nets which are used on the pitch for community days. More changing rooms, and what looks like either a classroom or an area for the Buxton Academy. Final bit of the ground tour, and we're behind the goal with this impressive covered standing terrace. Plenty of room for fans in here, and once the game was started, it was packed out with the Buxton fans, creating a great atmosphere despite today's game. We'll quickly make our way up the stairs to the back of the terrace and get a view of the pitch and see what we can see from here. Not a bad view from here at all, and a great place to watch your football on a Saturday afternoon. Firstly, work that ground tour, so let's head off down into the club bar and let's go and see what's on offer and see if we can pick up that pint. Looks busy through the windows, which obviously gives you the same view out overlooking the pitch if you should wish to do so. So let's get on inside the lounge bar. Toilet block on entry to the right, we turn left into the big club room, and as you can see, plenty of space, light, airy, there's the view through the windows. Big screen TVs on the wall showing live sport, and let's head on over to the bar. A very well stocked bar with plenty to choose from on draft, plenty of spirits bottles in the fridge behind the counter, and we opted for this pint of Star Ramen, which was, including the Buxton branded pint pot, £6.50. Time to head on over to the kitchen we passed on entry, and let's go and check out what food there is to offer. Plenty of hot food, snacks, hot and cold drinks, but we always try and go with the trusty pie. We went for steak and ale, chips and gravy, and don't get me wrong, it looks good, but for a tenner, I don't think so. Pie and pint demolished, we head up to the back of the stand as the crowd starts to appear. Ironic they've got the sprinklers going because you'll see the weather change in the next few minutes. Time to soak up the pre-match atmosphere as we await the teams. Following a well-observed minute's applause for a local Buxton fan who had recently passed, the game got underway. An early chance for Buxton sees a shot from just outside the area narrowly go wide, and then out of nothing, didn't even have the camera ready because nothing looked like it was going to happen. Fylde took the lead with a delicate little lob over the keeper. Fylde fans enjoying himself there in the crowd, and so they should be. Just before half time, in injury time, they score a second from a beautifully worked corner kick. And that's half time. Deserved 2-0 lead for Fylde, and as results were going their way in the other game between Shields and Telford, they currently sit top of the league. As the game wore on, the rain continually started to pour down. Like I said, ironically watered the pitch beforehand. And if it was like many other games in the area, this could have been abandoned, but for the artificial 4G pitch. The game was pretty much all Fylde, chance after chance. Buxton haven't scored in their last three, and in injury time in the second half, Fylde made it 3. They went top of the league, 3 wins in a row, 3 clean sheets, and that's 4 games without a goal for Buxton. Not looking good for the Bucks at the moment. And there it is, there's the referee's final whistle. Just like that, our first trip to Buxton is over. Not a bad visit, lovely little ground, great surroundings. We managed to pick up the pie, pint and pin badge to add to our collection, although the pie was a little bit overpriced. So in total, just over £35 spent with the admission, pie, pint and pin badge. If you've ever been to Buxton, drop us a comment below and let us know what it was like on your visit. And if you've made it this far in the video, consider giving us a like and subscribe as we continue to review as many non-league grounds as possible. Thanks for watching, and if you've got any suggestions on where you'd like to see us go and review next, drop them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on Non-League Review.